Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Next Up. Today, we're going to talk about natural remedies for lowering cholesterol. There's a lot of talk about the cholesterol, and usually it's going to be over in the bad cholesterol area. But cholesterol is necessary for producing hormones and other bodily functions. But again, today we're talking about natural remedies for lowering cholesterol and keeping it in control to where it doesn't get out of bounds. All right. So, as we have done on the other natural remedies subjects that I've been talking about, we're going to go to that we can control. Well, we can control it at large if we're willing to put in the work. You got to be willing to do the work. Now, for those who are not willing to do the work, then of course we're going to go for the magic pill, figuring that the pill alone will get the job done. Even if you're on meds, and I'm not telling you to get off of your meds, by no means, that's not my point. My point is to magnify that which is natural, that in some measure we've been doing. We just got to put a greater focus on this particular area, particularly when we find out that it's high. All right. So, as we discussed on the last ones dealing with the natural remedies, you want to make sure that you're eating a balanced, low processed diet. Again, a balanced, meaning get your fruits, get your veggies, get your whole grain food items, make sure that they are there in balance in your diet. That's across the basis. Whether you're dealing with cholesterol, blood pressure, blood sugar, or what have you want to have a well-balanced diet, void of or minimally dealing with or having processed, particularly these ultra processed foods in your nutritional intake. So first of all is a balanced, low processed diet. And then secondly, we want to manage stress. All right. You want to look into what is causing stress and manage it. Of course, we're not going to live in a world where there is no stress. Do you know what I'm talking about? When it gets way out there, out of bounds, and your mind is consumed with these thoughts of anxiety, stressful thoughts, so forth and so on. We want to manage stress. Thirdly, a curse word in many cases, unfortunately, exercise. Get regular exercise. Your doctor will tell you that. People who work in the health spaces, they will share that with you. The body was designed for movement. So you want to exercise. Create your own regimen of exercise. I have mine. All right. In mine, I do at least anywhere from 6 to 8 or 9 exercises that are not very strenuous on a regular basis. And I personally do it nothing less than 6 days a week. Most time it's 7 days a week. But it's not like I'm doing it for an hour and a half workout. No, it's not that. But I'm doing something that I can work with. Excuse me. And that's my admonition to you. Give the body something that it can expect, that it can work with as far as exercise is concerned on a regular basis. And then you want to make sure you're getting enough sleep. Don't buy into this myth that sleep is not necessary. You just got to work, work, work. Yeah, you got to work to make things happen. But if your body is not in the shape that it needs to be in because you're not giving it time to rest, repair, and regenerate through sleep and rest, you're not going to be as effective and productive as you could if you're getting the sleep and the rest. All right, so that would be under my category of A, as I did on the other Natural Remedies podcast. Now let's go to category B. Under category B are my recommendations of things to avoid as far as cholesterol is concerned. All right, here we go. You want to avoid sugar and refined carbohydrates. I was just in the supermarket yesterday and I looked at the stack or the pallet that had all these bags of refined sugar on that particular pallet, getting ready for the holidays or Thanksgiving having just passed and getting ready for Christmas. And you know how the companies, the supermarkets, the corporations get things out there in our view so they can make more or extra money during the holidays. And it flashed back in my mind when I used to bring that stuff home to my family. Ignorant of what I was doing, of course, ignorant of the devastations of refined sugar and refined carbohydrate products like your white bread, your white flour, your your pastas, your macaroni and cheese and spaghetti and sugary drinks. All of these are under your refined carbohydrate products. Again, your sugary sodas, juices, sport drinks, and so forth. You got to be aware of what these products do in the body. And I would encourage you, just go online, just type in the risk of refined carbohydrate products. Do it for yourself. I do this kind of stuff. As you all have no doubt heard me, if you've been listening to me any length of time, I question everything that comes in this body. My due diligence is to make sure that what I'm bringing in aligns with what our loving Father Creator told us to eat. Who's the wisest in the world? God or the doctors? And I'm not against doctors. God or the corporations? God or the scientist, the biologist, the whoever's. So we want to come back home to the wisdom of the Creator. Now, this shouldn't be anything you look at as, well, he's just trying to push religion on me. First of all, I don't consider myself to be a religious man. I got away from that, to my knowledge, some years ago. I'm going back to who created us and what he told us to eat for our well-being. That fits right over on the philosophies from the University of Common Sense. All right, let me break it down what I just said. Whoever you got your vehicle from, or your home product, television, or what have you, computer, those items come with a manual. Why? Because the manufacturer, the designer, the creator of the item knew what it takes to make the item work. So we go along with the manual. Well, the same thing applies when it comes down to the human body. Who created it? God did. Did he leave us a manual that would instruct us as to how to take care of the human body? Of course he did. It's the Bible. The Bible contains the knowledge of what God said as to how the body can function if we do like what he told us to do, get the sleep and the rest, put in the quality of foods there from Genesis chapter 1, verse 29. As it is with a vehicle, then the body should give us longevity. Like the vehicle, nobody wants to drive a vehicle and you're driving it down the street or the highway and it's ticka, 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 ticka. There's some knocking going on, making noise, disturbing the neighborhood disturbing other drivers that are out there on the road. Nobody wants to drive a vehicle like that. Well, if we keep the oil, the water, and of course the gas, if you don't put gas in it, you're not even going to be heard because you're not going to be able to move from your driveway. But if we keep the oil and the water, and of course the quality of the gas too, because the quality of the gas is going to determine how effective the vehicle runs. So you could get some noises coming from bad gas. Now, let me take that and put it over and apply it to the human body. We get noises, we get expressions from the body because of bad gas. What is the gas for the body? The quality of the foods that you eat. I did a podcast a while back, and I'm meeting different ones that are talking about that podcast, why I talk to my food. You might want to go on my channel and just look that up. Why I talk to my food. Well, your food does talk back to you. It's going to let you know by bodily expressions, whether it is being tired, or I don't feel well in my stomach, or I'm having some anxieties, or what have you. The body speaks, just like your vehicle speaks. You get to hearing a knocking, or you can't accelerate to a certain speed. My point is, your vehicle speaks to you, and your body does too. So when you're loading your body with a lot of refined carbohydrate products, like I've just mentioned, and I'll go back over that list again, and refined sugars. You know how it is, you go into some of these restaurants, or it doesn't take you going to the restaurant, it's what we do to ourselves at home. I remember drinking the Kool-Aid with all the sugar in it. First of all, when you look at the Kool-Aid, it shows on the label artificial, unless they've changed it. I don't know what they've gotten now as far as Kool-Aid, because I haven't drank any in, oh my God, probably 35, 40 years when I found the truth. When I saw the label saying artificial, I'm like, wait a minute, I don't want that in my body. It's telling me it's not real or something synthetic. So we've got to look out for that. But I was driving home the point that when we used to drink the Kool-Aid in our home, of course, we would just pour the sugar in there to where it's like we had more sugar than what we had Kool-Aid. And some of you are still doing that. I'm telling you, it's just not wise. When you look at the pack and it says artificial or synthetic or some of these other titles, it's just not wise. Okay? So again, some of these refined carbohydrates are your white breads, your white flours, your pastas. Now, I still have pasta, but I don't have the pasta that I used to have, or what we used to have, because Brother Man was bringing it into the family, into the home. The macaroni and cheese, the time when I still have macaroni and cheese, but it's not made of the refined carbohydrates that the average takes in. All right. You just got to look around and look for the best that you can find with what you have. And you can still enjoy macaroni and cheese. All right. Or the spaghetti. When we have spaghetti, it's not made of the refined carbohydrates that the average has. Now, oftentimes we don't even know these better products are in the supermarket. But this is why you've got to do your due diligence. Look at the label. Study. Examine. Well, I don't have time to go reading all those labels. Well, this is why I take the time, and others like me, to share this kind of information, where maybe you can just, in some cases, get right to the point. But you're going to have to be smart about it. You can't be lazy. You got to, as they used to say, choosy mothers choose this. Well, choosy shoppers have got to choose wisely. Then you've got the sugary drinks that I mentioned, sodas, fruit juices, sport drinks, and so forth. Even the energy drinks. We make our own in the Ellison family. Oh, yeah. If you want to find out more about that, then you'll have to go to Ellison's Consulting and request a consultation, and we can take you deeper. I don't have time to take you deeper on a short podcast like this, but we are open to consultations as well as webinars and seminars as well. If you go to ellisonsconsulting.com, you'll see some paperwork there to where you can fill out and request a consultation, webinar, or seminar in your area. All right, so that was my category B. Category A, I talked about eating a balanced, low processed diet, managing stress, getting regular exercise, and making sure we're getting enough sleep. Under category B, I just covered the avoiding the refined sugar products, refined carbohydrate products, and now under category C, we're going to talk about supplements. Some supplements that you can incorporate. Key word there now is, or here is, incorporate in your daily routine. The things that we do daily anyway, so you can incorporate them. You're going to eat, so incorporate. You're going to drink, so incorporate. So it doesn't look like, my God, I got to do all of this. Well, you got to do what it takes to stay healthy. In this case, to keep that bad cholesterol intact and elevate the good cholesterol. All right, so category C is about supplements, giving your food some help. That's how I see supplements. They are items that give your food and your liquid intake some help to help you optimize or maximize your health. Supplement number 1 is black seed oil. Girlfriend and I take it, my wife of 43 years. We take it every day along with our meal. We incorporate it. We'll get, or at least in my case, I will get about halfway through my meal and go get my teaspoon of black seed oil, take it down, and finish my meal. Now, girlfriend, she'll finish the meal and then take the black seed oil. It's good either way, as long as we incorporate it, we get it in. Black seed oil is powerful as an omega-3. You know, the black stuff, the black seed oil, the black pepper, the black tea, highly concentrated stuff. Then secondly is something that will help with the cholesterol is coenzyme Q10, or we call it CoQ10. All right. Something also, and you can look this up. You can run it by your doctor. Something that helps keep cholesterol intact. Then there is something, and you don't have to take this something forever. Now, let me back up. As you get older, there's some things that don't happen in the body as they used to happen when we were younger. So coenzyme Q10 will help with the cholesterol. It will help with your heart health as well. Number 3 is red yeast rice. Now, that is not rice that is red. It's a supplement entitled red yeast rice. You can get it from your Walmarts. You can get it from your Walgreens. I believe you can get it from the CVS's. Red yeast rice, and you don't have to take it forever. Okay? You may want to go 2 or 3 weeks on and then stay off 2 or 3 weeks and maybe go back to it if you see the need to help keep your cholesterol intact. But red yeast rice. Then there is berberine, Berberine, berberine. Again, you can get it from your Walmarts, and I think I've seen it in Walgreens. We get ours from Walmart. Something else to help keep the cholesterol under control. And then lastly, which is one of those superfoods, natural antibiotic, good for not only cholesterol, but if your cholesterol is intact, more than likely your heart health is going to be intact. So that particular item, or this particular item, is garlic under the supplements to help assist in lowering and maintaining good cholesterol levels. So going back over the supplements again, black seed oil, coenzyme Q10, red yeast rice, berberine, and garlic. Some things that we can incorporate to help keep the cholesterol where it needs to be at. Oh my God, time is up. I am thoroughly excited about sharing this information, and I want you to share in with me in the excitement in sharing with other folks. So please go and like, share, subscribe to the Next Up podcast, and send this over to somebody you care about, your family, your friends, your colleagues. And also go to ellisonsconsulting.com. Again, ellisonsconsulting.com, and subscribe there as well. All right. God bless you all. I love you all on behalf of Girlfriend and I. Have a great rest of your day. And I look forward to seeing you next time on Next Up. God bless.